It's an honor for the New York Giants to be here and play in Germany, and we look forward to it. With that, I'll open up for questions.
Real quick, do you want to just give us a rundown? Like Chris Hubbard, how's he doing?
He's good.
Graham, Jamie.
Yeah, but we'll go ahead and go through practice like we normally do, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. But I think for both the kickers and for Chris, that's looking positive. So we'll see.
How about the guys who popped up yesterday?
Pinnock is a concern for the game. I wouldn't rule him out, but he's probably the one. The other two guys, I think, will be fine. We'll go out there, practice, and see where they're at.
I'm going to use the mic so everybody can hear the question.
Coach, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Welcome to Europe.
Thank you.
Nice to see you on this side of the world.
You as well.
Do you see this opportunity in Munich, like the one in London, to reset a little bit the mindset of the team, to have a new energies going on the locker room?
Yeah, again, we look forward to going out there and having an opportunity to compete against Carolina. We had good success here in London. Again, it's a different year with a different team, but certainly grateful for the opportunity to be here and represent the National Football League here in Germany, and look to go out there and compete well.
Coach, for international fans that don't have a team, why would they? Can you have a sales pitch to get them to support the New York Giants? And do you have a message to the existing fan base that you have in Germany?
Yeah, well, one, we appreciate it. We go out there as every single day, work as hard as we can. We appreciate all the support, and we look forward to being able to compete here in Germany. Again, it's an honor and a privilege, and I know all the players and the coaches and the staff and our ownership feel the same way.
Coach, the Giants actually rank last in touchdown conversion on the red zone. What do you think it's the reason of that kind of performance of the team?
Yeah, we need to do a good job down there. Haven't been as successful as we'd like to be. It's something that we work, I'd say, each and every day on. Get a head started early in the week and have to do a good job of executing down there.
Coach, with Darius Slayton not making the trip out here this weekend, is it going to provide some good opportunity for the likes of Theo Johnson and Jalen Hyatt to get some looks?
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt will get more opportunity than he has because Darius is down. He's had a good week of practice. Theo's been pretty consistent for us as a young player. He'll play, quite a bit at the tight end position. And then, the other receivers got to be ready to go as well.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Paul.
First of all, anything interesting or unusual with the flight, or just long?
Yeah, I mean, you had the same one, basically. It's a long flight over here. You try to adjust your time clocks the best you can, and we look forward to going out here and having a practice. But it was in the middle of the night, so you got a little bit of rest. I think everybody got different rest. Not everybody slept. So everybody's at kind of different spots, and we'll do our best to get acclimated.
And you said you just meant Coach Company. Do you know anything about, like, international soccer and Bayern Munich?
I know how popular it is, and he was a heck of a player. Got to do a little bit of research and watch him. He was certainly a tough player as well, and he's done a nice job here. Had a few minutes with him just before I got in here. Smart, it was a good conversation with him. So wish him well. They got a big game.
Coach, if you could have your game anywhere in the world, obviously we love it in Germany, but if you could choose any country to have a game, where would you have it?
MetLife Stadium. Yeah.
Coach, a big part of the Panthers' offense was Deontay Johnson. Obviously, he's now been traded to the Baltimore Ravens. Has that had to change how you've been evaluating this offense and what you'll scheme up against them?
Yeah, I think each week when you go into a preparation, you look at all their players, and sometimes they've had some switch of players, guys in and out. So as a coach, you're looking at everybody on the roster, each position, strengths and weaknesses, see how you match up against them, and then you incorporate the scheme to it. So it's always a challenge every week. The players are all good in our league, and you're going to have to do a good job of preparing and then playing well.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to Germany.
Thank you.
Jakob Johnson is one of the most famous football stars here in Germany. He's a very popular guy. Everybody loves him. and you released him 5 times in the last 2 months, I guess. What does he have to do to be safe on your roster?
Yeah, again, some of that is roster transaction. We have a good relationship with him. He's played some football. He has a role right now. He's on the practice squad, but smart, tough guy that has played with some of our other coaches, been on a roster with some other coaches, and he's been a good part of our football team. He brought some good pretzels to the meeting today.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Oh, sorry.
Azeez Ojulari is somebody who's had a lot of success with Kayvon being out. How are you going to manage this package or this pass rush once Kayvon's going to come back? Is Azeez going to have to play second fiddle again, or how are you going to?
Yeah, I think we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We hope that Azeez continues to play well and be productive for us, and that's what you look for in guys that may necessarily not be the starter, guys that fill in for the guys that are injured, to come out and to produce at a high level. And we've had a couple of those guys be able to do that, and Azeez is certainly one of them.
Brian,
Thank you.
I'm just curious, how much in your preparation do you have to consider it almost like, because you mentioned yesterday there's noise throughout the game. Do you prepare almost as if you're a visiting team with the silent count in that, or do you prepare as almost if you're the home team?
No, we practice with noise, so we use silent count. We mix it in. You practice when you're in this environment. Was certainly loud in London, but again, not knowing exactly how loud it's going to be, you practice for it being extremely loud, so the communication process is up to speed where you need it to be when you're in this type of environment.
Hey, Coach, can you talk a little bit about the next couple of days? How do you approach them here?
Yeah, so as normal as we can. We'll have a Friday practice here today in a few minutes, and then we'll do our meetings and our walkthrough for Saturday, and get ready to go for Sunday. We've practiced throughout the week before we got here to Germany, and we'll kind of try to keep it as normal as we can keep it for the players, so that we can go out there and play our best on Sunday.
How are you going to take just to answer Jordan's question earlier, how are you taking the field conditions into account when you prepare for the game on Sunday?
Yeah, well, you get out there and you got to check the surface. Our equipment manager, Tim Slayman, has communicated with the players about the field conditions. We have different sets of cleats for the players to get out there and check early. And, we talked about that early in the week. And Tim's done a great job for us, our equipment manager, who handles all those things, to relaying what he needs to relay to the players so they have all the information. And then you get out there early pregame and check the field conditions to see what equipment you need.
Hey, Brian, what's your favorite thing about the trip to Germany?
I've only been here a few minutes, got about 2 more days, and I'll give you that answer.
And then there was a question to your rookie, TYRONE TRACY. It
Yes.
looks like you found an absolute stud in the 5th round. And was there a specific moment in training camp or in a game where you realized that you found a good player?
Well, I think when we drafted him and got to meet the young man, he did everything we asked him to do. And then as he got more opportunities, much like Azeez, the question was asked about Azeez, he took advantage of them and he produced. And he's continued to make the most of his opportunity. He's smart. He's got good toughness. He understands the game. And ultimately, he's gone out there and produced on Sunday when we handed him the ball, or in pass protection, or in the routes. He's done a nice job with that.
So he will continue to get the first team reps?
Yeah, he'll get a lot of reps for us. And the other running backs, we'll use all of them. But he'll be a primary guy for us. You're welcome.
I know you don't like to give spoilers on roster moves, but with Jakob, do you know if you're going to elevate him or not?
Yeah, we'll talk about that tonight and make our decision.